Hey guys, it's time for another update from me and Kitty. Say hi. She would turn around, but she's busy. So I just did my first venture out of my apartment in like 4 days. The only places I've gone, however, in the past week have been to work. And I only worked like 2 or 3 days before I was called off, and then my store completely closed. So this is the first time I've gone out. I went out to get groceries just to be safe before the weekend because I realized that my cereal boxes that I thought were full were not. And that's like what I live off of. So um, I was, I'm surprised by the people who are out with their entire family in the grocery store. Like I would see like mom, dad, and baby, and I'd be like, couldn't one of you have stayed home with the kid? Like what the heck is wrong with you? And bread was completely gone still. I hadn't personally witnessed it. I finally did. There was zero bread. And what people were doing was like getting bagels, like cinnamon bagels in lieu of bread, which is kind of ridiculous. And the grocery store I go to, it's Aldi. I don't know if you guys know what Aldi is, but because I don't think they have it everywhere, but they have the worst toilet paper I've ever tried in my life. Like, you'd be better off just wiping with your hand, and their toilet paper was completely out, which, whoa, shocker. But I was like, you'd have to be insane to use that toilet paper, let alone to buy it. So, oh, you gonna turn around? You have thoughts now? Okay, well, she's not sure about her thoughts, but luckily, I don't drink real milk. I can't. I'm lactose intolerant, so they had plenty of milk alternatives. So I was able to get that. And what I mainly went there for was milk, cereal, and orange juice because breakfast is my most important meal of the day. It's what I depend on the most. Being somebody who has low blood sugar in the mornings, I kind of need all of it. I need like sugary cereal and orange juice. And so I was able to get what I really needed. The only thing I'm disappointed I didn't find was bread. I didn't want to go too many places. There were a lot of people there acting like nothing was going on. You could tell the ones that were on a mission like me. I mean, I was like Paranoia 2000 mode. Like, look up the DDR song Paranoia 2000. That's my theme song right now. And I'm just surprised by how some people are, I guess. I don't know why I'm surprised. I shouldn't be surprised, but I just like to have more hope in people. And it makes me sad when I see people like, yeah, let's take everybody out to the grocery store. Like, that just seems like a really stupid idea. So anyway, but Kitty and I are hanging in there. We haven't left the house, like I said. Well, she never leaves the house, but I haven't left the house since Sunday. All I did was go to work, come back. I haven't gone anywhere outside of my home or work since last Thursday. Yeah, and that's kind of when the big breakdown started to happen of like, okay, now it's time to stop going places. So my point is, please listen. Just because the days are continuing on doesn't mean like it's getting less serious or that we can start slacking. I compare it to this. When I was in my senior year of college, it was like the coldest winter on record for Indiana. We had the average temperature, and this was for over a month, was -8 degrees. And the schools were shutting down. It was too dangerous to stand outside because it was so cold. It was so cold, you couldn't be outside for like a certain amount of time without it being like a threat to your health or your life or whatever. And so schools shut down, places were closing, businesses were changing their hours. And then, about a week in, people got kind of bored and kind of sick of it. And we're like, oh, but I don't, we want school to continue. We don't want to, like, hold off on school. Like, that's kind of messing with our lesson plan. Like, it doesn't matter. It's still a threat. Like, it's still happening. So just because it's been, like, 3 days and you haven't been able to go anywhere, like, freely, doesn't mean it's getting less serious. Like, if anything, it's getting more. Like, I'm watching the numbers, and the numbers going up, not down. And I feel like, a lot of the time you're preaching to the choir when you say this kind of stuff, but I can't reiterate it enough, like, wash your hands, don't go anywhere unless you absolutely have to. And when you do, be smart. Like, don't just act like nothing's going on. Like, you need to be courteous for yourself and for others. So yeah, just because the days are seemingly getting longer and this has been going on for a while, it really hasn't been that long. And like, you're gonna be okay if you're smart. Like, it's not like, oh well, this is just gonna go away magically. Like, no, it's up to us to like promote the start of it going away. And I guess I'm blessed because I'm really good at keeping busy at home. That's like, I'm just a homebody, like on the weekends. Like, I can find a million things to do at home. Like, I can't even get to all the things I want to do at home now that I'm like, hey, I have time to do this at home because I'm stuck here all the time. For real now. And it's like, I don't know. I guess I just kind of thrive in that environment where I can get creative and like concentrate on something and get organized and, do my own thing. I'm a crafty, creative person, and I feel like that helps. But, I can't stress enough, like, there are plenty of things to do where you are. There's plenty to do, even if it's cleaning. Like, cleaning takes forever. Like, it does. It takes forever. So there's a lot that can be done at home, and, like, yeah, I get that in our first world minds we get bored because, oh my god, we don't have constant distraction, but this is kind of like what we've created this monster ourselves with constantly having to be like distracted or have entertainment in front of us, like on our phone or on our computer. Like, we have to be like texting our best friend even though they're right next to us. Like, we've created this monster, so now we have to combat it. Like, this is how this is. Like, this is what we're gonna have to do for the safety of everybody. And I can't stress enough how important it is. And I know I'm not the first one to make like an update like this, but anyway, those are my thoughts. Keep busy. If you need ideas for how to keep busy, I have plenty, and I will share my interests with you. I love to crochet, and you don't need yarn to crochet. You can use like any kind of material, like any kind of stringy material, anything. Like, seriously, learn how to crochet, learn something new. I got a keyboard for Christmas that I barely touched because I haven't had the time to like sit down and do like a piano lesson. If you have an instrument like that lying around, now's the time to learn. I have an automaton that I suck at. Guess it's time to learn how to do that. Like, these are things that I can like immediately think of, like, oh, I don't have the time to do that. I have a Tamagotchi I haven't started. I have a Tamagotchi, guys. It's 2020. And I have a Tamagotchi I haven't started that I got for Christmas. It's like the newest one because I've been like, oh my god, I don't have the time to take care of it. Well, now I do. Fire up those batteries. And I know a lot of you are gamers, so like you probably don't have as much of an issue keeping yourself entertained. And a very, very, very exciting game comes out tomorrow, which will do us all some good right about now. Animal Crossing New Horizons is going to save us all. But I spent the entire day yesterday playing The Sims, and I was like, oh crap, I spent the entire day playing The Sims. There's just, there's a lot that can be done. There are a lot of videos for like working out. I do yoga every day from YouTube at home. I watch Yoga for Adrian, or Yoga for Adrian. Yoga by Adrian, sorry. Not for Adrian, but there is yoga for gamers, so check that out if you're interested. I know that she's somebody who does panels at like MagFest every year, and she has videos too. This is something I took up this year just on my own, and it's just like we have so many resources at our fingertips that like I get so angry when I see somebody say, I'm so bored, I'm stuck inside, like, oh my god, how horrible. Like, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. You can find things to do. You're just not wanting to, and that's really disappointing. So, anyway, I could go off on a huge tangent, so I'll just go off on this 10-minute tangent that I've been on, but that's my update. I thought I'd post something like this just because, I don't know. I just felt like it. I feel like it's just kind of a fun thing to do when we're in a very serious situation, to, I don't know, just to see what other people are doing, to see what other people are going through in this scenario. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be okay, you guys. Like, if we're smart and we do something about it now, it's going to be okay, and it's not going to be such a long thing as we're making it to be if we stop listening, or if we stop trying, or if we stop being smart about what we're doing. So wash your hands, and please be smart. I love you guys. Mwah.